Hello and welcome to Together San Diego. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Paola Hernandez Xiao from the San Diego Union-Tribune. June is National Pride Month, and San Diego Pride has several events planned locally for Pride Week, which is going to be July 8th through the 16th. Our guest today is Fernando López, Executive Director of Pride San Diego, who will talk about the work that Pride San Diego does and the events planned for Pride Week. Hi, Fernando. Always glad to see you. Nice to have you on the show again.
Hi, good to see you. Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month to you as well. I know you're a very busy person. June is an extremely busy month for you. Tell us first, for the audience that doesn't know, tell us about Pride San Diego and the work that you do.
Sure. So I think, most folks are probably familiar with the annual parade and festival. And the parade is probably the thing that folks think about first, right? It's the largest largest civic event in the region. And it's the largest thing that we do, about 250,000 folks every single year. But what a lot of folks might not realize is that that parade and that festival actually support year-round education and advocacy programs all throughout San Diego County all year round. And so we have scholarship programs. We're actually the most philanthropic Pride in the world. We have women's programs, trans programs, youth programs, programs for our communities of color, seniors. And so really when you're coming out to Pride, when you're at that parade, when you're coming to our festival, that's the year-round education and advocacy and community building work that we do here at San Diego Pride. So really appreciate when everyone come out and support.
This has been a challenging year in U.S. history for LGBTQ community, is the information and the facts that your staff has sent me over. Tell me a little bit about that and the work that Pride San Diego is doing locally.
Yeah, I think right now what we're seeing is a record number of anti-LGBTQ pieces of legislation, and actually over 700 pieces of anti-LGBT legislation entered into 49 states across the country. And so it's really reached a fever pitch. And it's not just about those pieces of legislation in a vacuum in of themselves. Really, even what's spilling over into the media and dinner tables is these really difficult conversations that folks are having to hear. And it's taking quite a psychological toll on LGBTQ folks of any age, but in particular our youth, trans youth. A new study came out showing that transgender youth have been experiencing suicidal ideation at about 50%, and because of so much targeted hate. And a lot of these targeted pieces of legislation are attacking parents and healthcare providers and teachers just for trying to provide appropriate education or healthcare to, in particular, our LGBTQ youth. So it's really terrifying to see what's out there. And I think a lot of the work that San Diego Pride does to counter that is, through earned media, through our celebrations, but also through that direct action and advocacy work, voter engagement, of course, nonpartisan voter engagement, trying to turn out the vote and make sure that folks who support the LGBT community are engaged in our democratic process.
Thank you very much for that information. Changing a little bit back to the festival and also to the parade, you have a theme for it this month. Tell us about the theme, and then tell us about the plan for the schedule that you have for Pride Week. That's coming up in July here in San Diego. It includes the parade, the festival, and a lot more.
Yeah, so our theme this year is Thrive. And the reason we chose Thrive is absolutely to help counter that message of targeted attacks that we're seeing from the extreme right wing people in our country, white supremacist groups, and white nationalists who are really targeting our community and spreading lies and misinformation. And so we wanted to flip that narrative and say, well, what does it look like when we talk about the best in our community and how we are really helping each other, supporting each other, and ensuring that we in our community and the next generation can truly thrive. We're doing that, of course, all year round. And then She Fest, which is our women's festival, is the event that starts the weekend before the Pride Parade. So that's on Saturday, July 8th. And it'll be right in the heart of Hillcrest. Really excited to see the LGBTQ women's event come back to the heart of Hillcrest. It was fantastic last year. We had record numbers last year, and I'm sure we will again this year. We've got our interfaith services and programming that happened Wednesday of Pride Week, and that's called Light Up the Cathedral at St. Paul's. And I think for us, it's a really important moment to reflect, because so often faith and religious institutions are used as a weapon against our community. And folks forget that LGBTQ people are people of faith, and we come from diverse faiths, especially in San Diego. There in San Diego, we have over 100 different open and affirming congregations for the LGBT community. So that interfaith service is really important, one of my favorite events of the year. And then my actual, don't tell everyone else, favorite event is the Spirit of Stonewall Rally. And that is the Friday of Pride, Friday the 14th. And that's where we honor the origins of the Stonewall riots, and talk about really the issues at hand and what we in our community and activists around the region and around the country are doing to fight back those systems of oppression. And we celebrate the leaders in our community. That leads right into the block party that evening in the heart of Hillcrest. And then who can forget the parade Saturday morning, where this year our community grand marshals are going to be the drag community. We've seen that our drag community has been, again, under attack all across the country. And so the drag community has always been at the forefront of our community. They're there to help us raise money. Every time somebody has a fundraiser, they're there to help us protest and celebrate. And so they're going to lead that parade this July. And that means that all of us are going to have their back. And I can't wait for that. Then, of course, all weekend long, we have our parade, our Pride Festival in Balboa Park. And that's just a beautiful, giant celebration with hundreds of artists and entertainers across 6 different stages. The fun thing there is that we also don't have beverage garden fences this year. And so you can really just walk anywhere in the festival with your friends, family, and loved ones, anywhere you want, and celebrate all over the festival. Really excited to see those headliners, Saucy Santana, Princess Nokia, David Archuleta is going to be with us. And we actually have a few other surprises that we haven't announced yet, in addition to some of our RuPaul Drag Race stars like Diane Lake, Jimbo, and Nisha López, no relation.
I'm also sharing on screen now that for Pride Festival tickets and for information, they can go to sdpride.org if you want more information. Also on the parade route, if you want to come out and watch, you can find information at sdpride.org. You can find more information in general in regards to the organization as San Diego Pride, the festival, all of Pride Week, which is going on July 8th through the 16th. And then you have the parade on the 15th, and then you have Pride Festival on the 15th and 16th. I also want to share your social media where you have information that is updated constantly at San Diego Pride. You can follow them at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Fernando, something that you would like to add?
Thank you so much for having me. I can't wait to see you and everybody at Pride.
We're looking forward to it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to you and to your team for the work you do in the community. And thank you all very much for watching today. If you would like to watch more of these segments, you can go to San Diego Union-Tribune.com/TogetherSD Live, including the interview I did with Fernando last year. Thank you very much, Fernando. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too, Paula.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Have a wonderful day.
News is more important today than ever before.
I'm currently outside Otay Mesa Detention Center.
I'm about to get a report at Sharp.
Out at Sunset Cliffs.
COVID testing site.
We live for these times when we're able to bring the news into the homes of people who need it the most.
I thank all of you for supporting our work.
When you subscribe to the paper, you're telling us that you believe in what we do.